Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Futaholic here, and welcome to my first ever tutorial. It's not my first ever video. My first video was actually a video I made on how you can use my card template. I'll leave a link to that video in the description down below, and I'll also leave a link to my card template where you can buy it. So today I'm going to be showing a tutorial on how to create the perfect foot edit that's totally clean. It's the first tutorial in a series called Creating the Perfect Foot Edit. So today I'm going to be showing you how you can replace a player's head. For example, if you're doing like a transfer rumor, you can like swap the head with somebody else. And today we're going to be doing Bastian Schweinsteiger in a Manchester United shirt. So you want to open up Photoshop. So you want to create a new document by pressing Command and N. And I'm just going to call it Schweini Man United. There we go. So I always make it width 1500 by 1500 height. You want to have pixels chosen, not inches or centimeters or anything else like that, just pixels. So once we have created our new document, we're gonna find the pictures. And I just find the pictures on Google. You want to find a very HD picture of a guy in a Man United shirt. And for this video I just chose a picture of Johnny Evans. So I'm going to drop it in here, and I'm going to scale it up a little bit, so it's like that. I think that fits well. And then you want to find a photo with the player you want to get on this kit. And that was, as I said, Bastian Schweinsteiger. So I found this picture, which is very high quality. And if we place it over his head, I did that before, I just cut out his head. It doesn't look too stupid. It looks quite natural, but like for most of the times you probably want to have a head that's pointing the same direction as the original head. Okay, so what we want to start by doing is just making this a little smaller. Then, because I have this on my computer, it's a smart object. That means that I have to rasterize it before I can edit anything in it. So we're just going to move it up here. We're going to zoom in. And for cutting out his face, we're going to use the lasso tool over here, the polygonal lasso tool. So you want to right click over here and press polygonal lasso tool. And for this, you basically I'm just briefly going to show you how it works. Every time you press, that's like a point in your selection. And once you're done, you can just go back to where you started and press, and boom, you can suddenly edit. I'm not going to do this, so I'm just going to start cutting out. And when you get to like something round like down here, okay, so I just want to start here. It doesn't matter if it's too close down here, but once you get to some like a round little edge, make sure to press a lot of times so you're sure that it looks natural, the round things, instead of looking all pointy. All these small hairs, I mean, that'll just be a little bit too hard to cut out, so we're just going to go around them. Again, his ear, that's a little bit of a round edge, so we want to press a lot of times so it looks natural and not pointy. Again, there are these small hairs. You can see them because it's so HD, this image, but you don't really need that. Okay, so once we get to his hair, this is like, you could do it all like pointy, but I just choose to go over the hair real quick. Just like this. I'm going to show you why a little bit later. So all this hair, just follow it like somewhat, but not precise at all. And then when you get to the end of his hair, just hit the ear, and we're just going to continue on. I'm just going to speed this up a little bit till I'm done. Okay, so I'm now at the end, so I'm just gonna press here. You see this little circle up here next to the cursor, and boom, we have made our selection. So now we're almost all good, but we still need to fix the hair, because you remember I said that I was going quick over it and I'm gonna fix it later. So you want to press up here, the refine edge. And then up here in the view, choose on black. You can choose on white if you want as well, but I just like it better on black. And everything just at 0. You want to choose the brush here, the refine radius tool. and then just make it a fine brush size. I like to have it this size. And you just go around the edge of his hair where you didn't go before. And then Photoshop will do its magic. Boom, like that. That is Photoshop magic right there. And now his hair is cut out. That took almost no time. You want to hit enter to get out. You can press OK. Right click, choose select inverse. And then, boom, you can just delete it. And we've got his head fully perfect. Cut out. And we're just gonna tilt it just a little bit. Now we want to make it a little bit smaller. And then this is a little bit more tricky point, because to make this look very realistic, you have to make sure that the head is not either too big or too small. I mean, it would look stupid like this, obviously, and it also looks stupid if it was like that. So we have to make sure that it looks perfectly realistic. Okay, so we just want to hide this quick, because as you can see when I show this, it will look stupid if you could see the original face in the background. So we're just gonna remove that. So we're just gonna hide his face again. We're gonna rasterize the other layer, if it's not already. We're gonna choose the clone stamp tool right there. You want to make a somewhat big brush. You want to hold Alt, and then click a little bit out, and then just draw like this. And pretty much his head will disappear and it will look quite realistic. We're also just going to do that in the other way, or in the other side. And on the top, like that. And then we want to zoom in a little bit, make the brush a little bit smaller, or a lot smaller to be fair. And do it again up here. And boom. I know it looks quite weird, but then you can't see the face anymore, which is what we want. Okay, so here comes a little bit more tricky part as well. You want to put the opacity. Oh, actually, let's just hide this. And we don't want the head to go out of the shirt like this. That doesn't look realistic. So we want to grab the lasso tool again, hide the layer. You can just get the lasso tool by pressing the L button. And then you want to follow the outline of the shirt with the lasso tool, because that's where we want Swiny's head to be. Okay, so as I'm filming or recording this video, I just got a message on my phone that Schweinsteiger's move to Manchester United has been confirmed. So that's quite a coincidence. Okay, so once we have chosen the outline of his shirt, just go like this, so there's a big area. Boom, and hit enter. And you want to show this again, hit delete, and now his head fits a little bit more in the shirt. And then up here, that doesn't look quite realistic. It looks like he has a small little thing sticking out of his neck. So you just want to grab the eraser tool, make the brush small, and just delete a little bit so it looks a bit more realistic. Okay, so you can see this obviously doesn't look realistic because the skin doesn't go all the way out to the shirt. So what we want to do, we're just going to want to grab the lasso tool again, and this time we're not going to hide the Swiny layer. We're just going to go along the edge again. You can decide how much time you want to spend on this. The more time you spend, the more realistic it'll look. So again, just keep on going. Okay, so I'm at the end now, and then instead of going the other way around like that, we're going to go inside like that. And then this is actually quite easy. You want to get the clone stamp tool again, make the brush a little smaller, hold Alt, and press here, and just fill out this so it goes all the way out to the shirt. And then just do the same everywhere. Keep on drawing. Make the brush a little bit smaller here. Do it a little more. And then deselect it by pressing Command D. now it actually goes all the way out. But we can just do a few things to make it look even more realistic. The first thing is that I'm just gonna add a little bit of shading. So, for the next thing is to add some shading, so it actually looks like he's wearing the shirt and not just his head is on top of the shirt. We want to go to the brush, make it a little bit big and have the hardness on 0, so it's like a really soft brush, as you can see there. Make it a little bit smaller and draw, or make a new layer first of all. Then you want to hold Alt and press in the middle of the 2 layers. Boom. Now this layer is a clipping mask of this layer, which means we can't draw outside the swiney head. We can draw in here, but not outside. Okay, so what we want to do, we're just going to paint like that so we get a little bit of black shading. And you might think that's way too much, that looks unrealistic. And yes, it is, but we'll fix that just in a minute. So once I have drawn all the way around like that, zoom out, and it doesn't actually look that unrealistic. But to make it look very realistic, we're just going to put the opacity down. You can do that by just pressing here and then writing like, let's say 40. You can also just drag here to put the opacity up and down. Or you can hold here and hold shift and then use the arrows up and down to get the opacity up and down. So I'm going to put it around 30%, 27, 30, 29, yeah. And you can kind of see the difference. It looks a little bit more like he's actually wearing the shirt, which is obviously what we want. So, I'm almost done, and this last thing is just to make it perfect. You can see that the swiney head doesn't really fix with the, match with the skin color of Johnny Evans, because Johnny Evans, the picture with Johnny Evans is a bit darker, while Swiney looks very red. So, we want to go here. We can just merge these 2 layers by pressing Command E. So now they're 1 layer. Then we're going to go to Adjustments down here and choose Curves. And then again we're going to press this to make it a clipping mask just as before, so it only applies to Schweinsteiger. And you can see this image is a little bit brighter than the rest of his body, so we're just going to make it a little darker. But he still looks very red, and we can fix that by going into here and pressing red. Then bringing the red a little bit down. He looks a little bit more green in the head now, but so does the rest of his body. And the last thing, just to make it look like he has a little bit less color in his head. Again, press down here, and this time we're going to go for Hue Saturation. Again, applies to, we're going to make a clipping mask by pressing this. Just want to bring the saturation a little bit down. Or a lot down, like -20, but it depends on how the image is. And then we're going to zoom out, and we're actually done with the Schweinsteiger edit. So yeah, that was all for today's tutorial. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out my Instagram page at futaholic.